What's up you guys, welcome back and welcome if you're new. In today's video we're going to be installing a tailgate lock onto my Tacoma. The cool thing about today's video is it's going to be 100% plug and play, and it's actually really affordable. You can check it out in the description box below. But it's awesome because if you guys are ever at the store or just anywhere you go, you guys probably already know, if you guys do have a Tacoma, you have to go ahead and take out the blade key and then lock it and unlock it. And it's just kind of a hassle and time consuming. So for today's video, if you guys do end up installing it, it's going to be awesome because all you're going to really need is your key fob, and then you can go ahead and lock it and unlock it. So I'm super excited for today's video, and if you guys are too, make sure to stay tuned. And if you guys end up wanting to purchase it, once again, description box below. Let's go ahead and now get into the video and I'll show you guys how it's done. Let's do it. Alright you guys, so now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what comes inside the box and what actually makes the magic happen. So you're going to notice right here, this is going to be the actual harness that's going to go connected from here to the tailgate all the way inside the truck, which I'll show you guys where that goes. And then you're also going to get, of course, the motor and the bracket. And you're going to notice it does have just kind of like a plug and play type of connection, which you guys will see. It is super simple. And this is what's actually going to be installed inside the tailgate. And then you're going to notice right here, this is going to be the actual plug and play connector, which is going to be connected to these wires here. And then we'll go ahead and connect it inside the truck, which you guys will see once we get to that part. But like I said, it's 100% plug and play, super simple to install, just a couple of minutes to do it. Let's go ahead and show you guys how. So for the first step, you guys, you're going to notice all along the tailgate, no matter if you guys have a mountain hatch or your stock one, all along it, you're going to notice there's going to be some screws. Those are going to be a T30 Torx bit to remove. One thing you do want to take note though, the top ones that are on this section here of the tailgate, those are going to have a bigger head versus these ones on the bottom. Those are going to have a smaller head, so you kind of want to just keep those separate. The bigger heads stay to the top, and then the rest of them are towards the bottom. So let's go ahead and remove that now. And so just to show you guys really quick the differences, so as I was saying, the ones in the back are going to have this smaller head. The ones in the front are going to have this bigger head. For this next step, once you have all the screws out, all you got to really do is just kind of pull up like this and pull back towards the actual truck. And it will release it, like I said, no matter if you have a mountain hatch or if you have a factory one. Once you've removed the tailgate insert, you're going to notice right here there's going to be like a little white clip. We're going to need to release that so that way the rod can fall down. And then you're going to notice right here there is like a little orange clip holding the rod into place. We're also going to need to remove that to actually release the rod and go with the install. So first things first, let's go ahead and focus on the orange rod, which is on this side right here. So basically what you want to do here is push it forward. You can either use a flathead and kind of pry it out, or if you're scared to do it that way, you can use your finger. It will probably take some time, but it will release. Just like that. So it just goes forward. Once you do that, now you can go ahead and kind of take the rod right out. Once you've done that, now let's go ahead and focus back onto the white clip on this side. So for that one there, what you want to do is either get some needle nose pliers, or if you want to do it by hand, you can. It is possible, but it does hurt a little bit. Go ahead and push that right in. Once you have it pushed in like that, it releases the rod. Once the rod is actually loose, let's go ahead and focus on this side. You're going to notice here there is a bolt. You want to go ahead and remove that. It's a size 10mm socket. Right here in this section, if you guys do have an extension for your sockets, probably will help out. If not, it's okay. It's still possible. So there it is. Let's put that in a safe spot. You want to go ahead and push this down so that way it's in the locking position. That's going to be very critical. Make sure it's in the locking position. Push this down. So now that you removed the bolt from down there, up next you want to go ahead and get your motor that was provided. As you can tell, the brackets were already installed. There's a smaller bracket on top and then a bigger bracket on the bottom. So the way this is going to be installed when you put it inside the truck, it's actually going to be in this direction. So noticing there's two holes right here at the bottom, and then there's one hole right here at the top. Let's go ahead and install it, and I'll show you guys where those go. So putting the bracket into place, this top one is actually going to slide into this nipple there. And then for the bottom, it's going to slide into that one, and then the space for the actual bolt. So you're going to notice it goes right there. Just slide it right over, line up the holes, push it in. Once it's in place, go ahead and get your bolt that you took off and put it back in its position. Once you put the bolt back, you want to go ahead and get an extension because that is going to help you out. Let's go ahead and now tighten down the bolt. Once you've tightened down the bolt, there it is. Now you want to go ahead and focus over here. So you're going to notice there is a harness coming out. Right there is a tab, a plastic one, which is that. And then there's another plastic tab right here. We're going to need to release both of those. So by doing that, you just need to get a flathead screwdriver and then play with this. Basically, you're going to kind of pry it out. You can do it by hand possibly, but it is going to take some time, like some finagling, but it is possible. But it's better to just go ahead and get a flathead screwdriver because it'll be easier to go ahead and pry that out just like that. Once you do it, you can go ahead and now kind of pull it out by hand. And you want to twist it on its side like I have here, and you're going to notice there's going to be like another kind of tab on the side of it, and right there you want to go ahead and get a flathead screwdriver, and then you're going to go ahead and pry that out. So by doing so, that's just kind of releasing the whole plastic connector that's around it, and then just like that, go ahead and release it, open it up. Once it's opened up, you want to go ahead and save these, and you want to make sure to pay attention how you have it, the way you took it off, because we're going to need to put it back. So just make sure to save them. Once you have them open just like that, go ahead and put it down. You're going to notice the one with the wording is the one for the one on the tailgate. Now focusing on the other side over there, that one is the same thing. I've already loosened it with my flathead, so I'm just going to go ahead and loosen it by hand. And then once I do so, I'm going to flip it just like that, get my flathead, and then I'm going to go ahead and get it inside that little tab, and it should release it. Nothing hard about that. Once it's released, you're going to notice it looks exactly the same. Once you have them out, you're going to notice there's one there, and then there's the other one there. You want to go ahead and make sure to save these. Like I said, we're going to be drilling them out. That way we could put our harness all the way through. So that one that I have in my hand, that one where the wording is, you're going to go ahead and make sure to drill out a hole on the bottom side where the wording is. That's going to be the one that's on the tailgate. And now as far as the other one, which was on the body of the truck, you're going to want to go ahead and drill out the hole on the top where there is no wording. Once you finish drilling out the holes, it should look something like that. So the one for the tailgate, it's going to be of course where the wording is. So there's the hole. And then the one that's for the furthest out, there's the hole there, which is going to be on the bottom, not where the words are. So basically you're just kind of drilling it out so that way these connectors here from the harness that was provided can fit through them. So let's go ahead and now get to that process. So for this next step, you want to go ahead and of course get your harness that's going to be connected. So let's go ahead and just kind of feed it through. It's going to go all along through here, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and feed it through, and then I'll just show you guys what's next from there. So I'm going to start, of course, from the back here. Just kind of feed my hand right through, and then it should come out to the other end. Just like that. Super simple, nothing too hard. Noticing right here, I haven't fed it all the way through. I just kind of fed it a little bit. So right here, you want to go ahead and now start putting your little connectors right through it. So of course, like I had said, the one that's going to be for the tailgate is the one that has the wording on it. So let's go ahead and feed it right through. So since it's going to be connected like this, I'm going to feed it through the back end. The one for over here is right here, of course. That one, I'm going to go ahead and feed it through the front. Alright you guys, so now that I have both of them fed through, let's go ahead and just connect the first one, which is the one for the tailgate. So I'm going to slide it right down. And then exactly the same way you took it off, just go ahead and reinsert it. So let's open this little tab up right here. That way we can put the harness right through. Now what you want to do is put this down right here. And then we're going to go ahead and now feed almost all the wiring through. So what I mean by almost all the wiring, what you want to do is you want to feed almost all this wiring all the way down underneath the truck. The only thing you want to leave is maybe a little bit of slack, so that way you have enough room to connect it to the motor that we just installed. So let's do that now. And once you fed it all the way through, as you could tell, this is basically all I have left, and it's enough room to just go ahead and connect it to my motor. So focusing now over here, let's go ahead and feed it all the way through underneath the truck. So once you've done this side, of course, and now you fed almost all the wiring through, let's go ahead and open this back up. And then exactly the way you took it off, you want to go ahead and just kind of put it back on. Once you've put the both connectors back, you're going to notice you're still going to have some slack here. So what you want to do is just get a zip tie, probably zip tie it here and zip tie it there, just so it looks nice and clean. So now that you've put it through, as you could tell, I've fed everything through, put the plastic tabs back, and you can't even really see the harness. The reason why is I zip tied it, and then I kind of fed it underneath and I zip tied it there. So it is there, but it looks nice and clean, so that way no one sees anything. And then now let's go ahead and focus back over here. So up next, what we're going to be doing is of course getting this connector and connecting it to the actual motor that we just installed. Let me do that now. Here's the harness and here's the connectors for the motor. So noticing on the harness there's a blue wire and a green one. On the motor it's going to be the same thing. So you want to go ahead and of course common sense, green to green and blue to blue. Let's do that now. Now that you've finished up the connector, now you want to go ahead and put the rod back. So let's do that now. So I'm going to go ahead and first put it over the orange over here, just like that. And then go ahead and clip it in. It just slides right over, as you remember when you took it off. Make sure it's clipped in. Let's go ahead and put the white clip back in here. Clip it right in. Give it a little tug, make sure it's not going to fall. Now that it's good, I'm not going to go ahead and put the tailgate insert back just yet. The reason why, I want to go ahead and test this out and make sure that it works. So let's go ahead and now connect our connector and test this bad boy out. So where you fed the wire through should be right there. As you can tell, my license plates are right there. Tow hitch is here. So the wire should be there. You're going to notice there is like a gray harness that's going to feed through. That is kind of like a stock wiring harness that came with the truck. So what you're going to want to do is just kind of follow that line all the way through. It should lead close over there towards the passenger side door. You want to kind of just zip tie it all the way through, and then I'll show you where we're going to feed it once we're there. So once you've fed the wiring through and you've zip tied it all along with that gray one, I'm going to go ahead and cross it over right here. Once you cross it over, you're going to notice there's going to be like a black box right here. It is plastic, it's just a cover. What we're going to be doing is focusing on that grommet that's right there. We're going to be poking a hole through it and actually running that harness right through. And I'll show you guys from the top where that goes. But to do that, you could go ahead and get maybe a flathead or just kind of a small, anything to go ahead and give it like a small cut so you can put the wire through will work. Let's do that now. Okay, so I've made the hole. I'm going to go ahead and now feed the wire through. So you want to go ahead and now kind of look up here, which is your passenger side. So let's go ahead and first start off by removing our floor mat. And excuse the mess, I just went off-road, so it is a little bit messy in here. So after you remove your floor mat, you're going to want to go ahead and remove this panel here. This one's actually very easy to remove. Just kind of pull up on it, and it'll unclip. So once you remove it, put that off to the side. And you're going to notice over here there's going to be a kick panel. But once you remove that, up next we're going to be removing this kick panel. You're going to notice right there is a screw. You could go ahead and just use by hand. Do it by hand, just unscrew it, lefty loosey, and it comes right off. And then you want to go ahead and remove this. So this actually comes off fairly easy. Pull. Kind of pull it towards the cab. Just like that. So once you removed those panels, up next what you want to do is, of course right here is the seat, the passenger seat. Pull the carpet up and you're going to notice the grommet is right here and there's the wires that you pulled through. So you want to go ahead and just feed it all the way through, making sure that underneath there's no slack left. So bring everything through. Once you've brought the whole wire through, you're going to notice right here there's like some plastic tabs here. So to pull those, you just, this outer part, pull out, and then the tab you can pull up and it should release it. Once it's released, slide it right in there, close it back up, make sure it clips in, and so on. Once you have it fed through like that, nice and clean, we're going to go ahead and go back to the kick panel and connect our connector. Up next, you want to go ahead and get your connector, which is the plug and play. And where we're going to be connecting this, it's just kind of like a T connection, but we're going to be connecting this into this box here. That's why we removed that kick panel. So noticing right at the top, there's this connection here, and then there's one on the right side. We're going to be removing the one that's on the right. So let's do that now. So there's going to be like a little tab right here, if you can see it on the camera. Basically you just pull in and push the harness out and it should release it. If you're having a hard time, sometimes getting a flathead screwdriver in there will help you out. So just like that. Once you remove it, now you get your T connection and go ahead and connect it into that one. Make sure it clicks into place. And then this connector, we're gonna go ahead and now connect it into the stock section where we removed it at first. So clip it right in, make sure it clips. And as you can tell, there's our T connection. So we could go ahead and kind of get that out of the way now, push it back or whatever. And all you're gonna have left, of course, is gonna be that blue wire and that green one. So now you wanna get your wire harness that you fed through from the tailgate all the way over here. And you wanna go ahead and connect those into the corresponding color. So green with green, make sure it clicks in, and then blue with blue, and you wanna make sure that clicks in. Once it's clicked in, now what you wanna do is just go ahead and roll this up and zip tie it. Now that you've zip tied everything and it looks nice and clean in here, of course, not the truck, but the actual wiring that we just did, now you want to go ahead and test it out, open and unlock. If it does work, now you can go ahead and put all your panels back together and your tailgate insert and enjoy it. Now you can go ahead and lock your vehicle, of course. So let's do that now. So I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. As I had said, it was super simple, easy to install, plug and play connectors. Let's go ahead and show you guys that it actually works. So I'm gonna go ahead and lock the truck really quick. So locking it, there it is, you can't even unlock it. Now let's go ahead and unlock. And there it is, just like that. It does work. So now installing this, you guys can have the peace of mind whenever you go to the store or leave your truck outside or anything like that. You can have that peace of mind if you guys did lock your doors. This will actually lock as well. So now you guys don't have to worry about taking this out, wasting time, trying to get it to unlock, stuff like that. Now you can just use that button and you're good to go. So if you guys liked today's video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.